This is where we slept last night, a roadside station in Japan. It's become our everyday stop. In the morning, everything goes back into the car, the bed, the kitchen, the whole setup. And then we are ready to move again. We are Joseph, Martijn and our dog Buddy. We have left the grind behind to embrace the freedom of life on the road, trading office chairs for camp chairs and deadlines for dirt roads. Guided by Koddiwompo to travel in a purposeful manner towards a vague destination, we are here to share our journey, stories and tips for living adventurously. Hop in and join as we roam, explore and embrace the unexpected. After 2 years traveling Australia, we are now exploring Japan.
Guten Morgen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, frosty morning here, and I just woke up and this is our backyard last night, surrounded by lovely neighbors. Reality of overlanding. Good morning, Buddy. Back inside the car having coffee. Good morning.
Konnichiwa. So we are at the Michi-no-Eki tonight. Just a few words about Michi-no-Eki. They are the roadside stations in Japan. They are everywhere and they're really, really good. Good bathroom facilities, you have fruit stalls and vegetables and other type of stuff. But there's a few rules around them. You're not allowed to camp, only allowed to rest in your car for 24 hours. Meaning you cannot take your chairs out, your camping table, cook outside. We usually arrive quite late, like 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening when it starts to get dark. And we try to leave before 8 o'clock when the food stalls start to open and it starts to get busy. So it's a bit like stealth camping, but there's a lot of camper vans and a lot of people sleep in the car. Occasionally you do see somebody cooking outside, but generally people stick to the rules and stay inside their cars. So yeah, a bit weird in the beginning to camp here, but we get used to it over time, and it's quite convenient with good facilities. And yeah, we usually start in the morning the day with a coffee and a small breakfast before we pack up everything and leave. And we make some plans about what we're going to do today, in order to change that about 5 times later today. But yeah, that's we like to plan and we like to change. So all good. But yeah, generally speaking, this is our startup ritual in the morning, and we walk the doggy and then we're gonna pack up.
Indeed. Another week here in Japan, and we just left Nagoya, where we did camp last night.
In the rain, but everything packed dry this morning, kind of dry, which is good. And we changed our plans as we do all the time. We are now heading north towards the coast and then drive all the way north to Aomori. And explore that region in the mountains, and then we're gonna go back to the other side of Japan coastline to go back down south towards Mount Fuji again, where we will have an event on April 11 with the Overland Japan group. And first destination today is Guijamachiman. Hi. And then we usually end up at another Michi-no-Eki. This time right by the ocean. We start setting up the Troopy again. Nothing complicated, just enough to feel settled. It doesn't really feel like arriving somewhere permanent. More like just stopping for a while. And most of the time, places like this are shared with other travelers. People in vans, campers, just doing the same thing. And it all feels very normal here. It doesn't always look like this calm ocean view. Sometimes you just get days like this.
It's raining here since afternoon, and we're just inside the car. Nothing really much to do, but it's cozy here. We're dry, and I'm having red wine. And what are you doing, Martin?
I'm listening to a podcast, having a beer. Buddy is sleeping here, so it's nice.
Cozy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And tomorrow it's gonna be dry, so it's all fine.
Exactly. But you know what? We're not that bored if the weather is like this, because Martin, as he said, is doing podcast, and what I'm doing is I'm editing the next video for you guys. So we have a lot of things to do, so we'll never get bored.
We just got lucky here. There was a working water tap just along the road. So we just stop when we find things like this and fill up the tank. It's one of those small things you always have to think about living like this. Trash is still something we're getting used to here. There are a lot of different bins for cans and bottles, but very few for general waste. So we just end up carrying it with us for a while, until we find a proper place to get rid of it.
I'll show you around. Sliding door. Look at this view. So if you go inside the male toilet, very nice facility, really clean, and if you're peeing, this is your view. River.
And we've definitely gotten used to things like heated toilet seats, the little bird sound, and just how clean everything always is. Laundry is another thing we figure out along the way. There are laundromats pretty much everywhere. So every week or so, we just stop and get everything cleaned again. It's all really easy once you know how it works. The supermarket is always a bit of a highlight for us here. It's one of those places where we just like to take in our time and look around. The fresh produce in Japan is something we really love. Everything just feels really seasonal and well taken care of. And there's always something new we haven't seen before. We usually end up going to the onsen a few times per week. It's something we really come to love here. There's just something about it. Hot water, open air and views like this. Just another day on the road.